The voice of college football discussing the maize and blue after a banner Sunday in which they reel in Jim Harbaugh and his staff, five-star defensive back Will Johnson, and also get a quarterback transfer from Texas Tech in Alan Bowman. So not necessarily the guy that's going to change the program or be the dynamic five-star type talent, but he was a serviceable starter for 3 years, for most of those 3 years with Texas Tech, Justin. So, of course, it's a situation where you had limited experience, either with the five-star J.J. McCarthy just starting from the ground up, boom, right out of the gate, or Cade McNamara, who gained some valuable experience against Rutgers and Penn State. But now you've got a proven guy that you at least know there's a security blanket there.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of Michigan fans out there that said, oh, no, another transfer quarterback. Can we please have Jim Harbaugh produce his own quarterback that he's recruited and developed and everything like that? That's not what this is. This is not Michigan trying to go out and get a Shea Patterson to come in and start right away. This is adding depth to a QB room that desperately needs it. Michigan, it couldn't have been more obvious in this past year that Michigan needed depth at the quarterback position, especially after you see, we talked about it last week. We couldn't believe that after talking all summer long about Milton versus McCaffrey, that both of them are gone. Well, now you've got a guy in Cade McNamara who showed some great stuff in this 2020 season, but I don't know if he's the guy. And J.J. McCarthy, yes, he will probably be the guy in the future, but is he going to be ready in week one as a freshman? I don't know. So with all that being said, I think that this is a great land for Michigan to add the depth with a guy that has experience. Listen, even if he doesn't ever play a snap for Michigan, he's going to be a great guy to add to that QB room with experience. He could be a great signal caller. He could be a great mentor to J.J. McCarthy to say, hey, I've been through this. I've been benched before. I've gone through this in the Big 12. I've played for a bad team. I've played for some good teams there at Houston. He's done it all. So I think it's a great land for Michigan to add depth to that room. And I think actually he has a shot to start. I don't see why he wouldn't be getting looks to start. He's got the experience. He did get benched at the end of last year, but I think that with Josh Gaddis's offense, a lot of his throws were very short throws. He had a really high completion percentage, almost 70% over his career at Houston. But that's what Michigan was doing with Joe Milton by the end of it, was short throws to these speedy wide receivers on the outs, and then, slants. And that's the speed and space that Josh Gaddis is trying to get at. So I really like this. I think he could come in and really help contribute. If Cade McNamara doesn't end up being the guy, maybe they try it with Alan Bowman before they actually go to J.J. McCarthy, because I'm not a big fan of throwing the freshman in there, into the fire if he's not truly ready. If J.J. McCarthy is ready, no doubt Michigan should go with him. But if he is, 75% of the way there, try these other guys out, especially in the first couple of games against, the lesser opponents. See how it goes, and maybe one of those guys can get into a rhythm. So I think this is a really, really big get for Michigan. And it was really shocking. I don't know about you, but I didn't hear anything about this in terms of rumors. And then all of a sudden it landed yesterday when we were all focusing on Will Johnson, and then all of a sudden, about an hour before that, they get an Alan Bowman transfer from Houston for the QB room. So pretty interesting how it all played out. But I still think that this is something that will really help Michigan in the future, because I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen in this QB room going into 2021.
Bowman, to your point, 67% completion percentage, 33 touchdowns passing in his career, 17 picks. And again, he's moving from a place where he was surrounded by top 60 to 70 talent in the nation in regards to recruiting rankings to top 10 to 12 talent in the country if you're just looking at flat out recruiting rankings.
Yeah, the other thing that I really like about Alan Bowman is he seems like a Jim Harbaugh quarterback. High completion percentage, low turnover rate. It's really something that Jim Harbaugh looks for in a quarterback. He's smart. He's experienced. He's not a gunslinger, really, although Houston does sling it, but he's not a guy that's running around and not protecting the football and throwing it into coverage. He's a guy that's going to throw short passes, throw, not into coverage. He's going to make the right decision. I think Jim Harbaugh sees Alan Bowman as a guy that he can groom a little bit, and they obviously have this new quarterbacks coach as well. So maybe the new QB coach said, hey, I really like this guy. I think he can be a contributor to us. But I see him as a Jake Rudock type of quarterback, a Wilton Spate type of quarterback who they're not going to make any crazy great throws, right? It's not going to be, they're not going to jump off the paper at you, but they could be serviceable enough to get the job done if put in the right situation. And we know that Michigan has the talent around the quarterback position on offense this year to make that, to give them the weapons that they need at quarterback. So when you're looking at the wide receiver position, when you're looking at the running back position, they've got a lot of talent. The question mark is still that offensive line because it's a lot of new faces. But I think that this is Alan Bowman is a quarterback that could come in and really, do his job and be a serviceable quarterback. Maybe I could see it panning out as JJ McCarthy's not ready yet. So maybe he's the third stringer for his freshman year. And then Cade McNamara gets a start because he did well last year. He knows the playbook. He is a very smart quarterback, and really, I know Jim Harbaugh likes him a lot because of his preparation. And then Alan Bowman comes in as the backup because he's got the experience. He's done it before. And then they say, all right, JJ, redshirt year. We don't think you're quite ready physically yet. We're not sure. We're going to let these guys battle it out, and we're going to redshirt you, and you're going to be the guy next year. Because who knows what Alan Bowman is going to do moving forward. I think he's close to getting his degree now and everything like that. So, I think that's how I could see it panning out. I also could see JJ coming in being the guy. I think that, anybody right now who tells you that they have a clue what's going on in that quarterback room is bluffing. They're lying through their teeth because I don't think anybody knows. But this adds another layer to it with Alan Bowman that I think it's just another layer of protection for Jim Harbaugh in the quarterback situation, because if it was really down to just Cade McNamara and JJ McCarthy, you're probably hoping that JJ McCarthy just comes out and is a star from day one. But now they've got a layer of protection here that if Cade McNamara is not the guy, you probably have somebody who's serviceable enough to get you through a year before JJ McCarthy is thrown into the mix.
Justin Rose, Stadium and Main podcast, joining us on a regular basis to talk about Michigan football, and so much to talk about. And again, a banner Sunday for Jim Harbaugh and his staff. They get a quarterback transfer in Alan Bowman, and of course the 5-star cornerback in Will Johnson. Now they just need to hang on to him for about 10 months before they get him to sign here coming up in December. Justin, we always appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.